Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn, and for the past several weeks, I have been sharing with you my GLP-1 weight loss journey. This is week 27, and I weighed in on Friday. Today is Sunday, February 2nd, and not much gains, not much difference. I kind of, for the full month of January, have stalled between the same weight, between 187 185, I believe was one of my lowest, 185 point something. Anyhow, Friday I weighed in at 186, but still feeling good about my progress. Last week, many of you know that I just had a really tough week last week. Just emotionally kind of feeling all over the place. I did not take the troche, so I'm also taking a hormone replacement, testosterone. And so last week I did not take any of it just because I was like, what the heck is going on after having such good success? Just the feeling up and down too much was just too much for me. So much so that it kind of bled over into the work week where people at work were asking me how I was doing and stuff. And so before I get to that, I don't typically, but because I'm recording on my phone, because I took just some time to get away to myself overnight here in the mountains, I typically don't do this, but I can today since I'm recording from my phone. But I wanted to kind of show y'all the literal progress. If I stand up, and this is the belt that I showed you the last time that's on that last loop. And these are some old jeans that I wear. And don't worry, I'm not gonna derobe, but and these used to fit so snug, and they're wide thigh. Let me step back some more and see if y'all can see this whole get up. And they're wide thigh, and so the thighs are starting to loosen up a bit. And then of course we're still having the belt situation, which is a good situation for me to have. But my husband has promised that he is going to be taking me on a shopping trip, so in the future I will be able to share more about that. But anyhow, getting back to what I was saying, so last week was really rough, and it was so sweet. I had a coworker was like, hey, what's going on? Can I help? How can I support? And our team is like that. I don't think I've ever shared, because I don't like to talk about work very much on this platform, just for security reasons. But I'm in HR for a government agency, and anyhow, I usually don't say yes to when people, want to give me things or whatever, because I just have a hard time. One, I'm learning how to say thank you more. That's one. I'm still learning that. And then two, I am still learning how to say yes, I'd love to, if someone, like invites me somewhere or wants to give me something. So anyhow, very nice offer for her to meet me up here and, offer a comfort room. And well, I was really wanting to get some peace and relaxation. I guess the people next door were really having a good time last night. Been up all night, literally. They probably just going to sleep. So I was kind of up and down as far as being awake at night last night, but I'm still super grateful to have had the time to spend a little bit of time to myself, to get clear, have some dinner, by myself, and to just try to refocus and re-engage, and then just planning on what a longer extended version of a trip looks like too, in the coming months. The other thing that I wanted to share too is that, I don't know if you're like me, but like sometimes you can have so many things. Like I'm one of those people, and I tend to attract people who can take like a lot of pressure when it comes to life situations. And I usually can do really good like with balancing, or one or two, or even if they're like just ping ponging, off of me. Like this situation came up, now here's another one. But when they all the situations start coming at me at one time, and then they're the areas of my life that I value the most, like family, for example, it just gets to be overwhelming. And I just needed to come up for a little bit of air, and the air is a little bit thinner up here in the mountains, but it's crisper too. Not like the Denver metro area. So anyhow, that's what I did. I hope you all have had a good week. Also this week was my birthday week, so thank you so much. There was at least one person in the comments who wished me a happy birthday, and I want to just say thank you so much. I know you didn't have to do that. I'm not a huge commenter, so when people comment, it is actually a big deal, because it's the extra step of engagement. And so thank you so much. And overarchingly, and more than anything, I want to say thank you for your prayers. If I'm asking for prayers, it really truly is because I need them. And so I want to just say thank you for that too. I am better this week, getting better each and every day, and will continue to do so. As far as GLP-1, I wanted to double back on that and just say that one of the things that I noticed this past week is that my appetite was not roaring, but I definitely didn't have as much a suppression as I typically do. As a reminder, I am on the 20 units each week of the compounded semaglutide. So I will be talking to Stephanie, who is my physician, when I go into my next appointment on the 14th about increasing dosage ever so slightly. And then also I'm gonna have to really, because this whole 6 months plus, I haven't really been not fully dialed in on caloric intake. And I think now that I'm starting to see some gains in terms of leaning out with the body recomp, that I'm really gonna have to start getting dialed in on staying within the calorie range each and every day. In addition to making sure that I stay on top of course, my protein intake as well. So I'll be talking to her about that. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Of course, that body scan is coming up on the 14th too, so I always report back on that. So I get body scans every 6 weeks. I was gonna say 6 months, but every 6 weeks in my doctor's office. And so that's the plan for that. I feel like my next big milestone, and only because I have my cousin's wedding to go to at the end of March, is going to be at the end of March, my next big milestone, where I will do like a side-by-side comparison of where I started. The last side-by-side that I did, which I think was in December, and then March, and then I'll do it again at the end of May. Because my expectation is that by the end of May, I will have come close to, or at least in range of my ultimate goal, which is 29% body fat. I'm also going to look for probably a couple 5Ks to do, just to give me something to keep going, and having that additional cardio introduced into my lifting sessions will actually might be a good component to help burn the fat more too, and help with that leaning out process. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And as I am continuing to remind myself, I hope you remind yourself too, that remember, the future you is waiting on you. Until next week, I'll see you next time.